I got that California.
What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our Week 12 battle for PCL, for the PCL Season 2. Today we're facing off against Serene Grace. She is, I believe, 3 wins, 8 losses, if I'm not mistaken, and we are, I think it's 7 wins, 4 losses. So we're doing pretty well. Sarah hasn't had the season that she, I guess, expected that she would have. Her team is still really good nonetheless, and it did manage to pick up a win against us. She managed to pick up a win against us on, I think it was week 5 or week 6, on the back of, honestly, some really, really good prep. Like, she did not speed creep her Talonflame, and, she did not speed creep her Talonflame creeping something else, and I assumed that she would, and because of that, she was able to pick up the win there. So it was a really, really good way to make sure that she could outspeed my Coco just in case. So props to her for that. But she did pick up the win, and because of that, I really want to come out and pick up a win against her back, because it's never fun losing both games in a set of rematch scenarios. I guess that's how I want to say it. Anyways, so her team is pretty scary, and I'm bringing a very similar team to the team I brought last time. It actually is the exact same team, as the coffee machine is going off right now. I'm sorry about that. It'll stop soon, I swear. But so her team is still scary. The team that I brought, again, is very similar. It's actually the same 6 mons. I think all the moves are on these Pokemon are the exact same except for one move, and I just switched up some EVs just a tad. So to start off, we have our opponent's team, which is Scizor, Rotom Wash, Gardevoir, Shaymin, which is Z Shaymin, Silvally, Hitmonchan, Naganadel, Mamoswine, Talonflame, Z-moves, Gigalith, and Mega Sableye. While we have a team of Tapu Koko, Hawlucha, Nidoqueen, Snorlax, Alolan Persian, Gourgeist, who we have not brought and still will not come this season yet, Victini, Skarmory, Manaphy with Z-moves, Raichu Alolan with Z-moves, and Mega Altaria. Now, we've already locked our spots in the playoffs. She's already eliminated from playoffs, so this game doesn't really matter too much. We do have a potential chance to move into the first place in the division, or in the conference rather. So we're guaranteed at least the 2nd seed, and if we get the 2nd seed, then we play the winner of Obo and Melon. That's if we make the 1st seed. If we stay in the 2nd seed, then we play either Dai or Danza. And we lost to Dai, and we beat Danza off of roll. So I don't really know who I want to play, because all 3 teams there are super scary. So yeah, it's just going to be a tough matchup all around, and we're going to really make sure we have our prep on point for those games. But this game does matter because, like I said, we can't make it to the 1st seed. We have to win this game, that's first, and I think Dai and Danza have to both lose their Week 12 games, and they have to lose by like a combination of, like, basically if Dai loses by 3-0 and we win 6-0, then we're in the first place. But if he wins 2-0 and we win 6-0, then he's in 1st place. So it's a differential of 9. That's the whole point. Anyways, that's enough blabbering on. Just go ahead and get to the teams. So the team that I'm bringing to start off, we have our choice band Victini, Adam Natured, V-Crate, U-Turn, Zen Headbutt, and Trick. It's the exact same spread or set I brought last time, except I changed the EV slightly. I just added 2 more points of into the speed, because she was able to speed creep my my Victini with her Silvally last time. I don't want that happening again. So just in case she brings the same Silvally electric set, which I'm expecting, I can outspeed that thing, hit with the V-Crate, and that's going to really wear it down to the point where my Coco Luchacore can just obliterate it after, because that's what this thing is here for. Nothing on our team wants to take 2 banded V-Crates. Really, like, the Rotom might want to take it, the Gigalith maybe, but other than that, like, nothing is taking it. Then we have Scrappy, which is our Watarium Z Manaphy with Tail Glow, Surf, Ice Beam, and Energy Ball. The last time I brought this set, she basically just exploded on it with Gigalith and it beat me down. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. If I see that thing, I'm just going to surf it right away. So yeah, but we're max speed type with Shaymin. We have a Shuckle Berry, Tapu Koko here, Grass Knot, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, and U-Turn. This time I have speed for the Talonflame just to be safe, because, I mean, well, that thing was able to beat me down last time because I didn't have enough speed for it. So we have Grass Knot on the set for the Gigalith, basically, and what else do we have it for? Mamoswine as well. We have Dazzling Gleam because it hits her team, really hard. And we have T-Bow there because it's just a nuke in electric terrain, and then U-Turn, of course, to switch out on any potential ground types maybe coming in. So yeah, then we have our Hawlucha here, Texas Man, which has Acrobatics, High Jump Kick, Roost, and Swords Dance, of course. Very simple spread. I can't remember what the speed EVs are there for, but I'm sure it's outspeed like probably Scarf Naganadel. So that's useful. We then have TKO, which is our Skarmory, Roost, Stealth Rock. We had, I believe it was Toxic, and Whirlwind, but now we replaced Toxic with Drill Peck. I have Whirlwind still, just in case the Naganadel wants to set up. Maybe she doesn't have Bronx on the field. I can at full, and I can just Whirlwind that thing out if it gets a speed boost and a nasty plot up, because that's a very scary set. And then finally we have our Figgy Berry Snorlax here. We're Careful Nature, Facade, Earthquake, Belly Drum, and Recycle. I had Frustration on the set, or no, it was Return on the set the first time we played, but there was no reason for me to bring Return again, because last time she went for Toxic with her Mega Sableye on my Snorlax and she missed it. So I'm kind of banking on maybe getting burnt or something. I can have Facade just run through her team. And honestly, you look at it, Facade, while burnt, actually does more damage to a Scizor than Earthquake does. So yeah, I mean, as like I think the min roll is for Facade while burnt is more than, or while poisoned or while paralyzed is more than the max roll for a burnt or a poisoned EQ. So yeah, but anyways, that's our team. Very cool team. I like the team a lot from the last time. I felt like I had to bring the same team because it was just so good against her team. And I really had the matchup, honestly, in this matchup. Like, you can, like, basically just looking at our team, I definitely have the matchup. Like, Victini goes in, Kokolucha goes in, Mega Altaria goes in. There's tons of things that just go in against her team. And she really has to prep around a lot of different threats. And yeah, so it's kind of how I felt when I was playing against Aaron in the BBL. It's just how it is. But anyways, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, looking at our team, I'm going to lead off with my Snorlax here. I've said, you know what, she didn't bring Mega Sableye, she didn't bring the Talonflame. I'm just going to lead with this thing and click Belly Drum turn 1, especially if she leads with something that I can like easily set up on. If she leads with like the Rotom or the Gigalith, like she did, then this is going to be perfect for me. And she does lead with the Gigalith, so I can just click Belly Drum turn 1. But I do want to make sure that she is Sandstream though, so if she is Sandstream, then I'm going to click Belly Drum, but if she's not, then I'm going to probably just EQ. And thankfully she is Sandstream, she does reveal that, obviously with the ability kicking in on the first turn that Gigalith is sent into battle. And I go for the Belly Drum here. I am Figgy Berry, so we're going to get our +6 attack going, and we're going to be able to just run through her entire team. It's going to be very tough for her to beat us down, as she goes for the Toxic. Now this is pretty important, because obviously Toxic is going to wear us down, but at the same time, if she had gone for Rocks there, then, I mean, I think that might have been just a bit worse. We can still do some work with our Snorlax, and you can see there I actually miss EV'd my Snorlax to have an odd number of HP investments, so that's why we actually didn't proc our berry right there, so been oversight on my part. But I'm just going to go with the Earthquake here. Earthquake obliterates her unless she's Shuck a Berry, and she's not Shuck a Berry, and we'll see now if she's Sash. I don't think she would be Sash on her Gigalith, but yeah, she just drops, which is perfect. So we're up really quickly 6-5, and at this point here, she does not have any rocks on her side of the field, which is amazing. Just the fact that there's no rocks up there is great, because our Skarmory house is now sturdy, just in case the Naganadel gets out of control. Our Victini can live a hit from a non-boosted Naganadel. It's great. But it comes to Rotom here, obviously immune to Earthquake. I'm going to go for the Return, or the Facade rather, as she goes for the Volt Switch. Does very little damage to me, shows me she's pretty much no investment on her Rotom in terms of her special attack. And it comes Scizor, I'm calculating to see if this KOs, and yeah, unless she's fully defensive with like max defense, max HP, she drops, and she did. So I have no idea what set this is, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's down. Scizor was a huge threat to me last time. It really wore down my whole Lucha and allowed her to her Talonflame to kind of just be a much bigger problem than I think it would have been in prep. Then it comes to Shaymin here. I was actually posting, because when I have my games, I post in my Discord front office chat exactly what's going on, just in case we DC, and I can like look back on what happened when and get KOs. And I wrote down max you can do with a Timid Seed Flare is 81 points of health, and we have 83. So unless she's Modest, we live this hit, or if she's like Life Orb or Meadow Plate or whatever. So I go for the Facade here, as she's just gonna go for the Seed Flare. She doesn't miss, she lands the hit, but we're gonna see, is she Modest, is she Timid? She is Timid probably. She gets the special defense drop, doesn't really matter. We're going to drop to the Sand or the Poison this next turn. So goodbye Shaymin, we managed to pick up a third KO with Snorlax. What, 4 tri-turns in? That's great. So down goes Snorlax here to the Sand damage. So good for Gigalith, they picked up the KO here. But now I can go into my Victini here, and there's Sand still up. And she actually reveals to be Still Valley Ground, which I really didn't expect. I guess she wants to make sure that she had enough ways to kind of handle my Coco going for T-Bolt, because T-Bolt is pretty free against her team. But it's okay, she goes into Still Valley. I'm going to click the U-turn here. I thought she was going for the multi-attack, but she actually outspeeds me still. So damn, I still didn't creep enough into this Victini to outspeed her Still Valley. But she goes for the partial, and in this situation it's really good that she was outspeeding me, because I went for the U-turn. Had I gone for the V-Create or something, it would have kind of sucked, because we wouldn't have 2 KO'd the Rotom. But I go for the U-turn here, and you're going to see this does no damage at all. And I mean, still, it's a -1 choice banded Victini, so it's a neutral U-turn, and I mean, it's pretty much max defense, max HP from what I can understand. But I send my Coco here, because I have two options, well, three options really. I can go for the Grass Knot, I can go for the T-Bolt, or I can go for the Dazzling Gleam. I don't want to go for the U-turn here. She has her Naganadel, her Rotom, and her what is it called? Oh my god, her Silvally left. My play here, I felt, was to go for the T-Bolt, not the Grass Knot. Grass Knot did a lot less damage to the Rotom. T-Bolt would be enough to 2KO it for sure, especially in terrain. And if she were to switch out hard into her Silvally, I can just go for Grass Knot because I have the Shucker Berry. The multi-attack ground rather, won't 2KO me, or it will 2KO me, but I will 2KO her back. So and we have speed. So we should be in a good spot here. If she goes to turn Naganadel, then Dazzling Gleam does like over half to the point where I can go into my Hawlucha, outspeed that thing, and then acrobatics everything. So that's kind of my play here. But anyways, the Sandstorm finally goes away 5 turns into the game, and I can now click the T-Bolt as she reveals her leftovers, which is very important because I know she's on Scarf now. And I can just go for that T-Bolt right here. So Thunderbolt comes out, you're going to see this does a ton of damage, and I will take this damage on a Rotom any day of the week, especially because now it really can't switch into acrobatics or high jump kicks anymore from my Hawlucha, which is great. So I'm kind of going for a late game Hawlucha sweep just in case things get out of hand, but they really shouldn't, seeing as Coco is just so good against her team. But it comes Naganadel. Now this thing is super scary. When she was going to play against, I think it was Dai asked me to give a mock for his team against her. So I built the team, and basically I played the mock horribly. I did nothing that I wanted to do, but I got in Naganadel, I clicked Nasty Plot, and I had the speed boosting set, and it was game over because he switched out when he shouldn't have switched out. So I was thinking about that this time. I was saying, you know what, I don't want that mock that I had with him to be reality in this game, because at this point I don't want to get reverse swept 3-0. So my play here is I have to go for the Dazzling. If she outspeeds me, then she's Scarfed, and that's fine. Then I'll know that for sure, and I can have my Hawlucha just come in and just pick up kills left and right. So that's my play here. Dazzling Gleam do over half, and hopefully she goes for Nasty Plot or Draco or something. So for the Dazzling Gleam, we outspeed, which means she is definitely not Scarfed, and at this point here we do over half, and she goes for the Nasty Plot. So I was kind of banking that she would go for this or the Draco Meteor, and she did end up going for the Nasty Plot, which is great because at this point we 2KO everything, and the game is just over. Coco can just stay in here, pick up kills, unless for some reason we don't manage to KO this Naganadel right there, or or we don't manage to KO the Silvally. But still, Coco gets another kill. Coco is our leading killer. I think it has like 12 kills in the season. I could be wrong. I'm going to try and find it for you guys after the game ends, because the doc is updated. But you're going to see here, Grassland comes out. It's going to do a pretty decent chunk of damage, over half to the Silvally. She's going to go for the Ice Beam rather, sorry. And then Ice Beam comes out, and it's going to do a decent chunk of damage to us. But finally the electricity runs away. They go for the Grass Knot again, and I don't know what her investment was on the Silvally. She did tell me actually she brought the wrong Silvally set, and she wanted to bring the same team she brought to me to get to this game the first time. But she just didn't have her old PC, so it sucks, unfortunate. And that team was really good. It really did manage to pressure my team a lot. But the Silvally goes down again. I don't know why it was Silvally ground, but she said again it was the wrong Silvally set. But in comes the Rotom here. We're gonna outspeed it. We're gonna KO with the Thunderbolt, and we're gonna pick up a 5-0 win. So we end the season off on a good note. I believe that's what was that 3 straight wins in a row, maybe 4. I'm not sure. But still, picking up a big win here going into playoffs is awesome. We finished the season 8 wins, 4 losses with a plus 15 differential, which is really good. I'm really happy about that. And I might as well read off the different KOs and all that kind of stuff for you guys. Just a quick recap before we get into the playoffs. But before I do it, GG to Sarah. She really brought a really good team. She has a really good draft. I don't know what it is about the matchup between her and I. My team just definitely had it this season. So yeah, but anyways, go check her out. Her link is in the description, just like the rest of the coaches in the PCL. And yeah, so GG, Sarah. But anyways, let's get into this recap because, yeah, why not? So my team, we started off this season with a 3-0 loss to Protein Greninja and the Dallas Starmies. And it was kind of unfortunate because I really felt like we had a good matchup outside the Greninja, and that thing just completely ran through us. I believe we got 5 kills that game against us, so that sucked. But the next 3 weeks, we ended up picking up wins. We got a 4-0 win, a 1-0 win, and a 5-0 win. The 4-0 win was that Choice Band of Hawlucha set that I brought with the Coco, the Iron Defense, Calm Mind Coco, which was really fun. The New Jersey Brobats game, the 1-0 win, that was when the Manectric did Mega Evolve, and it could have costed us the game, but he actually ended up being a slower Manectric than my Coco, so that's kind of crazy. So we ended up keeping the 1-0 win. The Trenton Thunders game, the 5-0 that we had there, that was when we had our, what is it called, Weakness Policy, Flame Charge Victini. That was a lot of fun, that set, and it really put in a lot of work, picking up, I think, 5 kills that game. We then played the New Britain Rockruff, which was Dai. At that point, I think he was undefeated, and we lost 3-0 that game. Kind of an ugly loss on our part. I think we definitely We had decent prep, but we just didn't play well around the Jirachi, and honestly, the prep could have been a bit better to kind of avoid putting ourselves in a situation where the Jirachi could have flinched us down. We then played the Chicago Shaymin Sky, just like this week, and we lost 1-0 on the back of some really good prep on our opponent's part, having enough speed to outspeed things like my Victini with her what is it called? With her Silvally and her Talonflame on my Coco, so that's really good, and the Flamethrower tech on the Talonflame was also really good. Then the Minnesota Twin Needles, that was a 3-0 win. That was when I think it was Choice Banded. Azumarill would have completely crushed us, so that was the game I think ODOP Jealousy narrated. We then have our game against the Trenton Thunderous, which was a 3-0 forfeit win. So we ended up picking up a win in that game. We then played against Goldoa and his New York Empoleon, which was a 2-0 loss. That was kind of rough because the Heat set was just really good against my team and I had nothing to touch it, especially since I let my Manaphy go down. Then we played against the LA Nidokings, which we ended up picking a 2-0 win because of Hawlucha miraculously living a Z Stone Edge from a Terrakion. We then picked up a 1-0 win last week in our showdown game against the Exeter Chief Electivires, and then a 5-0 win this week to the Chicago Shaymin Sky. So yeah, we end up again 8 wins, 4 losses, really good record, really happy with it. We clinched playoffs, which is awesome. Now just quickly go over my kill leaders. So we had our Tapu Koko, which was in first place. It had 15 kills and 7 deaths this season, so it had a +8 differential. It's the highest on our team. It also came to every single one of our games, all 11 of them. Would have come to all 12 of them against the Trenton Thunderous, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, I mean, it was really, really solid. Like, I was really happy with everything about it. Like, it was a great Coco. The Coco was great this entire season. I was really happy with it as my first pick in the draft. And yeah. Then we had our Hawlucha, which only ended up going 5-5. That was mostly because the rest of my team around it did really well. Like, I believe I had 5 kills on quite a few different Pokemon. Yeah, I think like only 3 Pokemon on my team, 4 Pokemon had less than 5 kills, which is crazy. So yeah, 5 kills, 5 death. Went even. It came to all but one game, and it was really strong. I was really happy with how it did this season, even though it didn't really get tons of sweeps this season. I guess it's because of the all the Ubers in the league. But then there was the Nidoqueen, which went 5 kills, 6 deaths. It was mostly just a setup Nidoqueen, like it would set up rocks or hazards, and it would just kind of break, really, instead of like sweep things or just pick up KOs like while coming in and like switching out. So I'm okay with it being negative in terms of differential. It came to 7 games. We then had our Snorlax, which went 5 kills and 2 deaths, or 3 deaths rather. Sorry, I was looking at the passive deaths. So yeah, 5 kills, 3 deaths. I mean, +2 differential is not bad. It got up a belly drum twice, both games against Sahara, and then I think it picked up another KO, or it died against the what was that? The game against Dai. So it came to 3 games only, which is not too much, but still 5 kills in 3 games. I'll take that. We then have our Alolan Persian, which went 2-1 in the 3 games that I played. Yeah, I mean, it was we ended up having foul play kills with it in, I think it was the game against the LA Nidokings, which was cool. But I wasn't so happy with Alolan Persian this season. I think I would have rather have another dark type. Maybe a Sneasel would have been a bit better for this team than Alolan Persian. But the support options for Persian was just phenomenal. Just having the option to use Parting Shot and foul play was great. We then had our Victini, which went 10 kills, 5 deaths for +5 and came to 10 weeks. And honestly, for a month, I really wasn't happy with drafting. I didn't expect to pick it up. I'll take +5, 10 kills, 5 deaths in 10 games. Like, 10 games is a lot. Like, I did not expect it to bring that much. But yeah, we then had our Manaphy, Skarmory rather, which went 0-3 in the 4 games that it came. Skarmory, again, I really wanted on the team because I needed a Steel type, I needed a Ground immunity, and I needed Hazards and Defog, so that's why I had it. I would have loved to take another tier 1 instead of it, but I definitely felt like it was the best option, especially for what I needed on my team. Then we had our Manaphy, which was our first Z user. It went 7 kills, 8 deaths. Yeah, and it came in 10 games. A lot of the time, I just couldn't get off the Calm Mind or the the Tail Glow or the Z Rain Dance. So it became kind of tough, and I was basically just there to break something with Surf and then just drop once. And I'm not too happy with how I used Manaphy this season. I thought I would have done a bit better job with it, but nevertheless, it still was kind of fun to use. Then the Alolan Raichu, which was another Z Captain. This only came to 1 game, and it was against, I think it was the New Jersey Brobats, and that was when, yeah, he U-turned out on his Electros. He U-turned out with his Electros while I nasty plotted. I should have just gone for the Electrium Z there, but that's neither here nor there. I didn't use Raichu other times because it just didn't feel like it had the best matchups. Priority was kind of a pain for me to deal with, so yeah. We then have our Mega Altaria, which went 8 kills, 6 deaths in 7 weeks, +2 differential. Not so bad. Couple Dragon Dances got up, and then I returned a couple things, and did really good stuff there. And but yeah, it just never really swept the entire team because of scarfs or paralysis or whatever it may be. Just really good prep of my opponent's parts to make sure that it just wouldn't overwhelm them, which is kind of good. I mean, I had Altaria being one of the top 3 kill leaders in the BBL Season 1 and only picked up 8 kills this season, so good on them. And then we have our Gorgeist, which just didn't show up once, so not going to talk about it. But yeah, guys, so that's a quick recap of, I guess, this season. I know it's a longer video, but if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like on the video. Also, let me know in the comments below what was your favorite moment of the entire PCL season so far. Obviously, we have playoffs starting next week. I don't know who we're playing yet. Could be Dai, could be Dai, it could be Obo, it could be Melon, it could be Danza. So we have basically any of 4 potential coaches we could play, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, guys. Anyways, again, if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're approaching that 600 subscriber mark. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.